I'm thinking where my life would have been if I didn't meet you, girl. Living my life in the world was all I really knew until I met you, Father. Thank you, Father, for your favor over me. Yeah. Thank you, Father, for your favor over me. 'Cause you kept me safe to see another day. Yeah. 'Cause you kept me safe to see another day. 'Cause you kept me.
Fire general, say. When I think of your love and the mercy of you protecting me through all of the pressure. In the midst of the storm, you bring me calm. Surrounded and shelter me. Father, you kept me like a valuable piece of gold. Stay with me like hot and cold.
Hey, why did you see that? Love my village just we gotta do it down here. What's that music video? Yeah, like that. Let me do the thing.
Thank you, Father, for your favor. Ooh, God, yeah. Thank you, Father, for your favor over me. 'Cause you kept me safe to see another day. 'Cause you kept me safe to see another day. 'Cause you kept me. Every day I'll be showing until the morning come. Hot and groovy, look what so God put to me. It's happy in a jam again. Feel like a movie when you throw it back on me. I feel no stress again. Let me dance in a jam way. Feel the rhythm into the ground. Thank you for the love, baby. I love we party. Look the back and no. Welcome to Jam Town, baby. We jamming, dum. It's me at the Jam Town jamming. Look, we jamming, dum. It's me at the Jam Town jamming. And we jamming, dum. It's me at the Jam Town jamming. Look, we jamming, dum. It's me at the Jam Town jamming.
Nobody come in here to save you. You gotta free yourself when you hear the freedom bell. And nobody in here could praise you. You could enjoy yourself when you feel the passion swell. Strong round make me see the jamming, but just like a kryptonite, it keeps me up all night. I tell you, have fun and sex is the habit. Sweet woman, we have it. Greatest for the planet, boy. Somebody radio loud playing a song and it's causing havoc. And if I lose myself inside this place, well I show my shit up. If this soca on blast when the big truck pass, the madness won't stop. Just give me one more shot inside my glass and watch me level up. I feel I could take a dance with my lover in the middle of the road. But everywhere I look now is pressure. So give me something to ease me soul. Cause we need a healing. And when you check the situation, from since I was small I just so common. That type of feeling, when you need some motivation, this thing could bring down the rain and the thunder. You see when the soca calling, they give me powers to jam till morning. It's for a rockin' a downtown party, and I'm feeling to love somebody. Because I can't wait for the jam in a session. Make my way through the band. It's the only way they say. I can't wait for the jam in a session. Ease your depression. She want me to choose one. Either she or that. Make up your mind now. Make up my mind. She beg me to choose one. Either she or that. Make a choice. That does make me happy. That does never spoil. Even in my sorrow, that does bring me joy. Well, that is Kadisha. She is a lawyer. That is a woman when you party and does babysit your daughter. She want me to choose one. Either she or that. Make up your mind now. Make up your mind. She beg me to choose one. Either she or that. We come out to party. Say, oh yo. Yeah. It's a different style. Oh yo. It's a good vibes. Hey. Yes, it's a party now. Watch everybody winding up on somebody now. Just grab somebody, put drinks inside your cup and raise your glass up high. We come here for one reason, that's to enjoy life. Now the whole place lit. It's good vibes, turn up. I not going home soon. Watch how the party shut. And I in my zone. Right down, let we go. All you looking band, come in. Band, come in.
Morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good night, and all that good stuff, because it's internet radio, so it's some other time, someplace, it's night somewhere in the world, right? Yeah. So what rhythm is that?
It's called the soul rhythm.
So why it is they can't just, why everybody had to be on different rhythms? I mean, them days...
So I don't understand what's your question. Why people have to be on different rhythms? So you want everybody what? Have their own song?
Well, listen, you remember
I don't understand. Yeah,
you remember them days when it didn't have all kind of different rhythm?
Those were the days.
Good Lord, it's just no, there's no.
Those were the days.
Everybody's singing the same.
You had to move with the time, girl. Move with the time.
I trying. So
Move with
this
the
is the
time.
people's chat room. You realize that, right?
Yeah,
so
so-
we got a packed show
You gotta
today.
move with the time. Your remote still have a cord on it?
The remote. Rotted. He think it funny, right?
I'm feeling better. I've had a. No, let me tell you something. The first 6 weeks of 2025 has been very rough. Very rough.
Tell
I have some
that,
great people in my corner, so helping me.
you know, it's all good. We all need to have a good support system. Some of us don't, straight up. Some of us just don't. You just get through by the grace of God, you know.
But the grace of
When you
God
think
put people in your corner.
supporting- Well, you know what? He's a big support system.
Yes,
you
the
know?
grace of God put people in your
in
corner.
your corner.
Everybody say, "Oh, you have to pray." Yes, you have to pray. I
Pray
understand.
with works, not praying without works, because you have to apply the works to it.
Pray with purpose.
6 or 1/2 a dozen of the next.
Pray with
Same
purpose.
darn thing.
But I like the P with P.
P with P.
Pray with
Okay, so
purpose.
that's where the purpose
The
comes
purpose,
from.
yes.
P
yes.
and P go
P and P.
together.
Yes.
So we got Lady Adana, aka Miss Marsha Clifton. Usually we bring our guests on in the second hour of the show, but today is different because Lady Adana is performing today in the semi-finals, which is obviously in Skinner Park. For tongue people like you, that's the only time I think tongue people has head down south in right? That's the only time.
That's how you're feeling.
Well, is
That's
the
how you're
truth.
feeling.
Is the truth.
That's how you're feeling. All right.
Is it
all
true?
right, All right.
Miss Lady Adana, Queen, as we sometimes call her, because she definitely is. And let's remind people that okay, her daughter was on the show some weeks ago.
Yes.
Curls, that's her daughter. And you know, when you really listen to the two voices, that is her daughter because it's the same tone, same vocal tone. Lady, let's see her. Let's get this thing crunked. I need to let y'all know while she's coming on that Cali Jazz is her event and it's going to be on Saturday, March 15th, starting at 7:30. I think we should be both on US and Trinidad should be on the same
Eventually, because
I think, right?
the back and forth thing.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
they're actually
right
trying
now
to.
it's what 114 in Trinidad.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get do away with it.
Well, yeah, that will be the day.
Yes.
So Cali Jazz is on March 15th, 2025, obviously, and at 7:30 p.m. And Cali Jazz is exactly what it is: calypso meets jazz, which is similar to what we've been doing, Caribbean comedy, Caribbean jazz. And it's the venue will be Creative Arts Center in San Fernando. Admission only $300, and there will be special guest performances. Lady Adana, how you doing?
Hi. How's everybody?
We fine. How you doing? You ready for today?
Back again.
You ready for today?
Oh gosh, I don't know why I'm getting a problem.
We hearing
We
you
can
though.
hear you. We can hear you.
you.
We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, well,
Yes,
that's
yes.
the most important part.
Yeah,
Yes.
The top of your head kind of cut off.
I'm a girl.
Okay, now we can see you, all of you. So today's Calypso semifinals. You're in the park today. Your position number.
Yes, in the park today.
What
It's
position-
been a journey, but
what-
I'm there again. This is number 9 for me.
But wait
My
a
ninth
second.
semi-final.
You didn't enter last year, did you? Or did you?
Yes, I did. I
did?
didn't make it to the park last year, but that's how it is. That's how it goes. When we decide that we're going to enter the competition, we subjecting ourselves to be judged in a sea of about 200 people. I think there were 199 participants this year.
What the?
How much?
Only 40 going to the semi-final.
That's a hard one though. How you can take 40 from such a mass?
Yeah, it's not even half, but that's how it is. Remember, back in the day, it used to be 20, you know.
Wow.
So you can imagine having to choose 20 from 199.
Who come up with that number? I mean, it just.
If we were to carry half, if we were to carry 50 Calypsonians, when the show would end?
Yeah, but okay. So this is the semifinals. So obviously there was the prelims. Where right?
Yeah, there was a prelims. The prelims is a process. The judges go to the various tents. That's one aspect of the prelims.
Okay.
And then there's the unattached. For people who don't sing in the Calypso tent, there's a day set aside where they could go and audition before the judges.
Okay. Still, I mean, 40 out of 100 and something, that's massive, but we got to keep going.
Yes, we do.
How you feel about today?
I'm good. Cool. You know me. I'm going to sing my song.
Okay. And we do not have that song to play, but as soon as she gets it, she will send it to us in the coming days. So we have other music from last year. Let's talk a little bit about Cali Jazz, because Calypso Semifinals is what it is. Okay, so we're going to leave that for the time being. Let's come to Cali Jazz. Is this the first time you're having Cali Jazz?
Yes, I'm having Cali Jazz. This is actually my third concert. My first concert was titled Music for Healing. That we had to do that. It was Music for Healing for me because my concert was in October of 2019 and my father died in July of 2019. So that was my healing right there. Second concert, after that was COVID. So I had a virtual concert on Gael in 2020. And then, we had to rest, place lockdown, whatever. So we're starting with, this is a resurgence. So Cali Jazz is that fusion of Calypso and Jazz, two ancestral musical forms.
I like the title.
And it's very ancestral for me because one on the African side is the Calypso in Trinidad, and then there's the jazz side of the Americans because I'm American descendant of those American enslaved Africans who fought for the British and was brought to Trinidad. So it's ancestral music. Those two musics that came out of the struggle of that transatlantic slave trade. That fusion is a natural thing because jazz has always been infused in our calypsos from as far back. So there's nothing new. Calypso and jazz fusion is nothing new. It's just that I find, I get my brand, Cali Jazz.
One, I like the title Cali Jazz, so I'm hoping that you stick with this to make it an annual Cali Jazz thing.
That's the intention.
Oh, good, because I like it. And I'm listening to you and I'm reflecting on, for some reason, the thought popped into my head that our ancestors, most of them would be proud of most of us, not all of us, but most of us. Because when you make reference to where we've come from, just in that one phrase, it just reminds, I hope it reminds most of us that we didn't just land here. We came from somewhere. We came from
somewhere.
Yeah. What are your so tell us what are your expectations for Cali Jazz and how are tickets floating so far? Where is this location? Where is that?
Creative Arts Center, 97C Circular Road in San Fernando, right next to Paramount Building.
So wait, that's not Palms Club?
No, Palms Club is on Point of Pier Road. Circular Road is closer to Monrepo side.
Okay, so that's close to OWTU.
Yes, right next to OWTU.
So they don't use Lions Club no more? Nope.
No, girl, Lions Club is not looking very good these days. Lions Club needs a good refurbish.
That was a nice location though
yes,
back in the day.
And the acoustics in there wasn't too bad,
No, it wasn't too bad. And I love the fact that it was open, so you had breeze just passing through.
Yes. Yeah. So what else can I tell you about Cali Jazz?
Who are some of the guest performers other than Curls?
Oh, other than Curls, we have Andre, the Don Adoni of violin. Okay. That boy could play the violin. He's made a violin tour. He's make it tour. And growing up, I had to learn to love the violin. And Andre caused that.
Okay. I would have thought that
seeing him play the violin for the first time, there's an expression that comes over his face that just take you into the music. And it's not just, he played calypso, jazz, chutney, you name it, on that violin.
Okay.
So you're going to be Cali Jazz from the moment that Andre walks on the stage with that violin.
Okay.
Next, there is Shakila. Shakila Rhea, she has a very unique fusion of calypso, jazz, rap, soul.
Okay, rap, soul, okay.
and R&B all mixed up inside of something here that is just, and she has this calm energy. Because I'm talking, she has no pause reason. She has this calm energy that she's gonna take you on a musical journey in her set.
Yeah.
And then there's Umzi.
I know that name.
You're supposed to know that name,
I know
Lemma.
that name. I know that name.
Umzi, Christopher Stroud, the alchemist.
Okay.
You see?
From the time
And
I
Umzi wrote a murder
say
day.
Christopher Shroud, I was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Umzi wrote A Murder Day and Feeling Irie for me. We collaborate a lot. He is the co-writer on I Apologize.
Okay.
And Umzi is coming to just bring that whole Rhapsody jazz fusion. He has one that called Take Me to the Road. I just love that. Take me to the road, the road, the road, the river wide and the river deep, mountain high, if not so steep. When he start that, all falling.
That's like a run from one of them. Good Lord, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get carried away. I want to play some of her music. But she sent 2 songs to us.
Yes.
I want to hear the last one.
What is the last one?
Well, it would be first on your list, but you know, just
You
play
gotta
both
give me
of
the
them.
name.
Just
You have to
play
give me
both
the
of
Just
them.
name.
play-
I know that.
You have to. You should say that. I like how you know. I like how leave it as got the last one. I believe this may have been it.
When I was coming down the coffee for the Cambole riots, a woman pulled out her goblet and she poured libation. She called on the ancestors. She said, Jubilee, Jubilee. Bring the bell and song the Jubilee. Carnival is cosmic energy. Play the drum and pour the libation. Carnival ancestral celebration. Let me go, let me go. As the rays of sun provide solar energy. That is what Carnival does do to we. A true expression of creativity. A dance of ancestral legacy. More than mass, but no kaizo. A reason to jump and whine, you know. It's a legacy rhythmical. Traditional festival. Now Lego, 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 Lego. Ring the bell and sound the Jubilee. Carnival is cosmic energy. Play the drum and pour the libation.
Okay, I got it.
Carnival ancestral celebration.
Queen, listen. I mean, you know, I've always been a fan of yours. You know,
Yes.
and I'm listening, and I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to the drums, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out who to listen to more because I just can't help it. My brain like kind of like split right there, and then I'm reminded that when one hear you speak with musicality. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah, you do. And it's like, it would be, I would be hard pressed to think that some people will hear you speak and not know that you can't sing. That you not know that you can sing, I could say, because you can hear it.
Yeah.
You know, can you play the next one, please? And these are from last year. Yeah, there's the one.
Stories are told by rhythm and rhyme. I come to get some things off of my mind. Spirit sing, spirit soar, spirit dream, spirit roar, spirit dance, celebrate, transcend, transform, and levitate. From far away a message came, inviting me to join again, to witness this fight
don't come outside to perform?
I haven't traveled in a while.
Are you
I haven't
keen?
traveled in a
Are
while.
you are you keen to travel in?
What's that?
Do you want to travel?
Do you want to travel?
Sure.
Okay. Say less.
Okay.
Okay then. Say
Alright,
less.
yeah. This song, to me, is the equivalent of something that David Rudder would sing.
Wow. That's all I can say to that. Wow.
I
Because
mean-
David Rod is a legend. So
David
You
Rudder is a
hear it.
legend, but
You
you're a
hear it.
legend in your own way.
In your-
I don't know why you didn't
Yes.
realize that.
I hear that.
But
I hear
you
that.
hear it too, right?
Do you?
hear
I
it
know.
too?
I know you hear it, but do you accept it?
Of course I accept it.
Yeah,
That's
but-
what I want to make sure.
yeah,
but
but
I
Listen,
heard.
because
I heard it.
I sing. But I can't how to put it.
Hey, Steve, how
It's
you
what
doing?
you hear that makes me who I am, in the ears of the listener.
You
I
can't
don't
toot your
really
own
hear
horn.
myself. I just hear myself to make sure that I'm singing in the right key. But I don't know what you hear. So if you say that, I accept that humbly.
Okay, so what I'm coming from, I'm talking about the message. I'm not just talking, the message is one thing. And then you
Yes.
have the way you deliver it. Because anybody could stand on a stage and sing. All right?
Yes.
Anybody could stand behind a mic and sing. But it's how you project it. The meanings that you apply to it is what separates singers from singers. It's what
I hear you.
separates singers from messengers. You
Correct.
know, and then you have singers who are messengers.
Yes.
That's you.
Thank you.
You don't come on the show often enough, you know. And I ain't go.
We need to fix that. I'm going to say that every time. So we're going to fix it for this year.
You feel like sometimes,
fixing
you
it.
know. I
Trust
said
me, I'm
the
coming
same
back
thing the
with
last
more
time, and you ignore me.
All they related. All they have to be related.
Oh my God.
You know, I think we have to embrace each other, and as women, I don't think a lot of women performers, entertainers, singers embrace each other as much as they should. You know, and I don't hesitate when I see the real deal. Yeah.
But the real deal is the real deal. You can't change that, you know.
So you can't change you.
No, you can't.
Okay. I wish you all the best today in the Skinner Park. Because I just root for you and God Sinclair. You know.
Gosh, that's my boy. That's my real boy. That's my real brother. God.
And
I
I know
for God too.
and I know he in there today too. But let's go
Yes.
back to Cali Jazz before I let you. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cali Jazz before I let you go. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all, this is Saturday, March 15th. It starts at 7:30 and the location sharp, right? And the
Sharp.
location is the I can't see good.
Creative Arts Center.
Creative Arts Center, and it's only $300. All you have to spend more than that to go up Port of Spain. You don't have to go too far. You're right there, and those of you up
Right
Port of
there.
Spain can head on down and support. You
And
know,
they'll be back in their house before 10:30.
before. Okay, you see.
Yeah.
I know all you hear that voice right there. That's what you're gonna be getting. Okay. So, lady, Queen Adana.
Yeah, we not change that.
Yeah,
We
we
gotta
gonna
change
talk.
that. We got.
All right.
We will talk.
We
It's
gonna
nice
talk.
being here.
Have a blessed
Love and
one.
blessings.
Have a blessed one, and you kick some butt later on. You and God. Tell him I say hi.
I will. Bye.
Bye bye. Good stuff. I mean, that voice, you know, and you heard the same tone of voice with curls too. You know, it's just, it is what it is. So I'm trying to lock me here all over again with the help of my loctician naturalist, Tamika. This is the part that I don't like when it wants to do its own thing. It's all over the place. We got Kevin waiting in the wings. Let's play some music and then we'll
Matter of fact, let's do this real
wait.
quick.
Okay.
Let's do this real quick.
Transport charter services. Whether you are planning a corporate event, day charter, tours, airport transfers, taxi service, cargo and courier service, or any other occasion, T&T Transportation is here to elevate your travel experience. Give Cheryl a call at 407-844-0431. Visit Cheryl'sTTTransport.com. Book now.
Soca Takeover! The Cooler Fed Experience is back. Carnival Saturday, March 1st, 2025, featuring a full band performance by Kes the Band. Kes the Band, Kes the Band, celebrating 20 years in music. Soca Takeover! Carnival Saturday night, March 1st, 2025, at Queen's Park Oval from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m. Early bird VIP and general tickets out now on Island E-Tickets and Eventbrite.com. For more info, visit SocaTakeoverGlobal.com or call 344-2547 or 388-9587. Carnival Saturday night. See you at Soca Takeover.
And together we are complete, darling.
Caribbean Sunshine Bakery proudly presents the benefit concert for reggae legend Lieutenant Stitchie. Reggae legend Lieutenant Stitchie. Party with a purpose. Support a worthy cause. Featuring international recording band Third World. Mr. Vegas. Marion Hall, formerly known as Lady Song.
Sorry to hurt your feelings, but I did.
Lady G. Ed Robinson. Ernie Smith. And more. Saturday, February 22nd at the Majestic Event Center, Orlando. Tickets are $40 in advance. Available at all Caribbean Sunshine Bakery locations. Also purchase tickets online at Eventbrite.com.
For tickets and info, call 407-687-312 or 407-839-5060. Sponsored by Chris Rockton, CRR Network, CAACF, Alpha Point Community Builders, and Caribbean Sunshine Bakery.
All right. So, you know what? I got to put my glasses on. So let me just acknowledge Sophia, Fifi, thanks for listening in. Mr. Stephen Charles. Hello, my people. Mr. Lyndon Allen. Lyndon has a gas station at the corner of Holden and Orange Blossom Trail. He's one of our people. Please support him. He's also one of the sponsors for Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz. So we have to take care of us, and we do support our people, as well as Kevin Amoroso and Natalie Amoroso. They're also one of the sponsors for Comedy Calypso and Caribbean Jazz. Kevin, why you have on shades? Eh? I can't hear you. You gotta unmute.
Yeah, unmute. You gotta unmute.
Yeah, I have to get myself in the right mindset, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
You know how do this call it when you vision yourself in another place, in another, you know, how you just call it?
I can't think.
Projecting.
Yes, there.
That's
projecting.
it? Okay. So that's why I have on shades.
Right
okay.
now. How are you doing this morning, man?
We did.
Yeah.
I can't complain. I mean, I could, but I ain't gonna get. I mean, it ain't gonna get me nowhere. So hey.
The year is 2095. I mean, I hope you guys. I hope you guys are doing well.
295. We still alive? Okay.
Well, what's left of it?
What's left of
Let
it?
me take this
The
ridiculous
rate
stuff off.
the rate we going at these days. What's left of it is right.
How you guys doing? How is everything going?
Hanging in there. So Natalie's doing mommy duties today.
Yeah, she's in Orlando today.
Okay.
You know, doing what she's doing, you know, but at the end of the day, she and I are consistently, you know, listen, she's in Orlando last night and we're on the phone and it's crazy. We talking about something and then we ended up tailing off into work, right? And we were talking about, I said, hey, did you see the news that DeSantis wants to cut property taxes? So he wants to eliminate property taxes all over the state of Florida. But then earlier on, did you see Cousin Byron get his
He's a black GOP person.
To be the next governor of Florida. Like, what's really going
What?
on, right? Like, yeah, man, he got the nod from Uncle Donald to be the next
Okay,
governor
but did
of
he
Florida.
get the nod from the voters of Florida?
Listen, man, let me tell you something. That came across my timeline on Thursday. And let me tell you something. I had to walk away and I had to go walk in the garage and I had to sit down for a second and contemplate. You see, I'm wearing a Bahamas hat. It's like literally a couple minutes off the coast of Florida. I think that's my feet.
I see the hat, but I couldn't quite see what was written on it.
It says Bahamas. I was hoping that you guys would see it because let me tell you something. There are people who are waking up and watching what's really going on in our country. Just recently this week as well too. Just to throw it out, Lima, I'm gonna put it out there so people can pick up the crumbs. You realize that they're cutting and slashing and burning and destroying. But you got to think about where this money is being redirected.
To Elon Musk.
Yeah. You have to really think about. Yeah, let's take away the guy. Let's take away those guys. But you got to think about where the money is going, right? So think about this. They're slashing money, but HUD, right? HUD is about to get some money, ton of money. They're looking at expanding opportunity zones, right? And remember when I had this conversation with you, I want to say last year we were talking about it, and we were talking about opportunity zones being a new thing that came about in 2017, and not too many people knew what opportunity zones were, right? So there's going to be a massive land grab in America right now. I told you there's going to be a massive land grab. Do you realize how many more luxury apartments are being built around?
Yeah, right. In heading across here on a Saturday, there are about 3 or 4 that you would pass that went up within a lickety split second.
Months,
and
right?
more going up. Yeah.
Yeah. So and more going. So who are they catering for, Lima?
I don't know. You tell me.
Who are they catering for? And listen, and it's not like they're not being filled.
Well, I was listening to one of my favorite radio shows this morning, heading here, and in Altadena right now in Cali, they're looking at a land grab there from all the homes, and that's the black neighborhood, from all the homes that were burned down, and they're trying to see if they could, put the land in a trust to protect it from developers coming in to grab it up.
It's happening. So a lot of these guys are getting subsidies. A lot of these big boys, a lot of these big builders are getting subsidies. Uncle Donald told people some of the stupidness that he was going to get into, and they still didn't believe him.
That part.
Right? Honestly, they still didn't believe him. Right? So think about, and here's what he just tooted up the other day, and I wonder if people even really pay attention to this.
What?
Did you realize that he tooted up the fact that we're gonna get that they're gonna send us money?
I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna send us money. Why? Because they understand that here's what, we're gonna be slashing all of this. We need to get them on the titty right now. Right? We're gonna build more homes like that. We're gonna make the cost of home purchasing
more
a lot
expensive.
harder. And that's why we've been screaming for years. Guys, let's get it. I just talked to another mortgage professional the other day, and we were talking about the fact that people still waiting for the interest rates to come back down to about 3 and 4. When? Where? What you talking?
And it still have people who waiting until everything is right in their life before they purchase. Everything had to align. Those days, that's not going to happen. Are gone. Yeah.
Listen, listen, Lima, and I'm going to tell you from experience, something happened to me this week in a deal that made me much more aware as to like what's going on. Listen, and it's the reason why I keep wearing, Coach said it, and the last interview you guys had, here's the thing. Coach said the question, did she believe? She kind of hesitated a little bit. You have to believe. Lima, remember when we talk about believing and believing that you could do the things that you need to do now instead of waiting around? Lima, those days are gone. You have to act now. This is the time, Lima, for anybody who's listening to me right now, right? If you've been on the fence about what to do, whether or not if you need to purchase land, invest, put aside money, listen, they're going to make it harder for us. It's happening, Lima. I'm watching an article. I'm literally watching another article right now, and this is something. And the reason why I brought up HUD is because they are really aiming to make us more government dependent. That's the goal, really and truly. They want to make us more government dependent.
Oh God, Lord, that's a lot of information.
Earn yours now.
Well, I shouldn't say a lot of information. Scary information, because it's truth. This is truism right here, right now, because we've seen it happening around us. I mean, look, I saw last week, where in his effort to cancel everything that's DEI, even though it's predominantly white people that benefiting from it, that engineering college, black engineers, they took away access. Look how he fired one of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, the black guy. He fired him a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, a question that I'm getting a lot. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine from DC, and you know, I was talking to him about the state of the DC market right now, because they have seen a surge of homes coming on the market, right? And for them, it's, you know, it's good, because in certain markets there's a lot of inventory, and then there are markets that there's no inventory. So the DC metro area, DMV, they are experiencing high volume of inventory coming on the market now. But here's the thing, they're selling. And a lot of these people are moving. They're moving down south. They're moving to Georgia, places like North Carolina. They're budding. Places like South Carolina, budding. Georgia, still budding.
And they're moving out of the country also.
They're moving to places like Ghana. They're moving down to the Caribbean. They're moving to St. Croix. They're moving. They're moving to Puerto Rico. There's another great article that I came across on Tuesday, where they were talking about the advantages of Americans, people who live on the mainland, moving to Puerto Rico to save. Yeah. So it's real, Lima. It's real out there. I will continue.
The exodus has started. Yeah.
Well, people only want to say it's for a time, but I think I think what's happening right now, it's going to hurt a lot of the people who really. It's going to hurt a lot of people. A lot. I'm seeing it right now. A lot. Food banks are like, more people are going to food banks. Like stuff is happening. The federal government is not just in DMV.
But you see, at the same time, I've been thinking every now and then about the people that thought this was not their problem a couple years ago, or even last year. They thought that none of this was their problem, so why even get in the midst of it? A lot of them, remember, there are 75 million people that did not vote. They stood at the side because everything else was important. That wasn't. And I let me just say this. I remember, it's been more than 10 years ago, but I remember when I was doing therapy in home. Was I still working this year? No, I was doing therapy in home. And I went to this house in Carver Shores, which is, you know, on the west side. And she's Jamaican. And I remember her to this day because she stands up. Because I think that was when Barack Obama was running the first time. And she told me she don't vote. You know, and she was quite comfortable with that. Yeah. And it didn't matter what I said to her, she don't vote.
Yeah, I know a few people just like that. They say that they really don't vote. You know, I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this, because I know my time is rare, right? I'm just giving you data that I run across.
And data is important because it is factual. You can't beat numbers. Go for it.
Yeah. So the number of vacant homes right now is getting to pre-pandemic numbers. Right? The number of rentals, right, have surpassed that. on the market, just vacant rentals. Home prices are not coming down. Just listen, think about that. Home prices are not coming down. The interest rate is the Good Morning. There's a Good Morning Mortgage show that we listen to every morning, right? And the big topic for the last 2 weeks is how much lending has slowed down and what mortgage brokers have to do to stay relevant in the market, seeing that the total number of mortgage applications has slowed down.
Making my heart beat a little bit faster, and that's not in a good way. Let me just acknowledge something that Stephen Charles shared on the Facebook stream. He said it's important to acknowledge the financial dynamics involved. Trump has substantial resources available for repayment. However, it's crucial to recognize the significant loan he received, which he is responsible for repaying. Hi, Christine. Hi, Ricardo. There's a lot going on, and people need to wisen up. And
You just gotta wise.
People gotta wisen up and watch where again your news and your information from. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, but I would think by now people need to figure out where the real information is. Don't be lazy about collecting it. Go to the real sources. You know what I'm saying? They're out
go
there.
To the sources, man.
Yeah, don't take your stuff from TikTok. Come on now.
Nah, man. No. So listen. I love going to AP. Right. I love going to AP.
Politico is good too.
Yeah, I love going to AP, and people would, Al Jazeera. I love going to Al Jazeera or CBC, which is the Canadian Broadcasting Channel. I love going there.
BBC. BBC, CBC, Al Jazeera. Roland Martin is pretty good too. Midas Touch.
Midas. You like Midas? Yeah. It's different. I mean, there's a lot of places to get really good information, and somebody called me. A good mutual friend of ours called me yesterday, and we were talking. He was like, "Oh gosh, boy, the housing market done da 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 da." I said, "Look, for some, but you got to understand what I've always told you." I was like, "Bro, what I've always told you is that my business doesn't really depend on what's trending now. I try to stay and do my best to stay ahead of trends because I read the data and I look at the map." So it's like, okay, yeah, I totally understood what probably could have happened. So we play risk assessment all the damn time. We play risk assessment.
And you see what you
all the
say,
time.
you just said there you stay ahead of the trends. Okay, let's take that and apply it to things that we see around here within the community. Before they build a road, they've done their research before they build that road. So, and when they do their research, they're researching years down the road. It's not today for tomorrow. So Kevin is saying that he stays ahead of it by looking at the information that's out there. You too can do the same. Look at the information out there, and if you really don't understand, talk to someone who may understand what you're tapping into. And that would be someone like Kevin Amoroso. Okay, so let me give you his number, 407-780-3338. And I really am a firm believer of staying within the community. And right now, the community, the black community, and I'm being real, is what you need to tap into. Talk to people like Kevin, 407-780-3338, so you could get information, factual information, and he would help you and encourage you to make or take the right steps for you. Okay?
100%.
Please.
Lima, before we go, here's this. That piece of information that you just put out right there, oh my God, you made my paws raise when you said it, because the information that I use to stay ahead of the trends, I'll give it to you. It's free, right? Every county, it's free. Every county in the United States has this website, the Economic and Development Impact Map. Every county.
Every county. And right now, the one place you can get factual information is on the state level, not necessarily on the federal level, because remember, he's removing all that information. So you got to go state and county.
Yeah.
Okay?
So say, for instance, you want to know what's going on. You want to know what's going on in a county, what's coming to a county, what business what commercial business is going to be going on, because remember, these things have to go get passed in front of the county boards and all of this stuff, right? So before, say, a big luxury apartment building is about to be put up, right? They would have gone through the county to get those things approved. Those things are sourced on the county website. So the economic and development impact, that's it, economic and development impact.
And each county has that.
Each county has that. So you will see what's coming, what's zoned, how much it's zoned, how many people they're expecting to come, the financial economic impact of the neighborhood, right? So this is free information, guys. Go out there, take a look at it, and you will know whether or not if a county is growing, how much a county is going to grow within a year, 2 years, 5 years. You see all of that stuff, right? And you can share that information and move accordingly.
Thank you, Kay. Appreciate you. Tell Natalie I say hi. Remember, 407-780-3338. That's Mr. Kevin Amoroso, and he's with Maverick Realty. Okay?
Yep. And before we go, one last thing, man. You guys keep up the great work. You know, I'm always encouraged by what you guys are doing. I love that lady before me. She was amazing. She has an
Adana.
amazing voice. And if she's not signed, I'm pretty sure Code Red could sign her and get a deal done in a heartbeat. Go ahead and get that done. We need more music labels coming out of the Caribbean. So go ahead and get that done.
And that voice, like I tell her, when she speaks, if you don't know she's a singer,
she almost didn't believe it. Because she was, I honestly, I looked at her and I was like, she don't believe it. And Coach said it. She was like, really? Only think so? I'm like, yes.
I don't think
you sound good.
But she is an example of the fact, and I could put the word fact, that we don't honor our people as much as we should.
She humble.
So they're in the shadows. Yeah. You know, they're in the shadows. And Lady Adana,
she don't know what she don't know. She's good. She's hot. I'm pretty sure. Listen, she's hot. Code Red, sign her, bro. Sign it. Sign her.
Stay ahead of the trend.
Sign it, bro.
Stay ahead of the trend.
Stay ahead of the trend.
Stay ahead of the trend. That's what I'm saying. How many record labels does the Caribbean have?
Not much.
That's for another day.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
Come
on, it shouldn't be an AR just running around talking about, oh yeah, I'm AR. Come on, man, let's go. I'm out. Bye.
Bye.
The People's Chat Room presents Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz, Saturday, April 5th at the American Legion, 1912A, Lee Road, 32810, with the smooth vocals of Keith Designer Styla, aka Keith Prescott, performing some of his classics, Rati Ray, Feeling Nice, I'm Only Dreaming, and more. Also, comedian Brody. Enjoy some Caribbean jazz with Lima Dunbar and her band, with guest performances by Oladay Banks and Mr. John Arnold. Tickets $30 available on thepeopleschat.room.com. More at the door. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. Fashion show by Slade Statements. There'll be a cash bar and food on sale. For tickets and info, 321-263-9939 or 347-564-4184. Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz, April 5th.
As some of you know, Skokie, Illinois once had one of the largest populations of Holocaust survivors anywhere in the world. In 1978, Nazis decided that they wanted to march there. The leaders of that march knew that the images of swastika-clad young men goose-stepping down a peaceful suburban street would terrorize the local Jewish population, so many of whom had never recovered from their time in German concentration camps. The prospect of that march sparked a legal fight that went all the way to the Supreme Court. I do not invoke the specter of Nazis lightly, but I know the history intimately and have spent more time than probably anyone in this room with people who survived the Holocaust. Here's what I've learned. The root that tears apart your house's foundation begins as a seed of distrust and hate and blame. The seed that grew into a dictatorship in Europe a lifetime ago didn't arrive overnight. It started with everyday Germans mad about inflation and looking for someone to blame. I'm watching with a foreboding dread what is happening in our country right now. A president who watches a plane go down in the Potomac and suggests without facts or findings that a diversity hire is responsible for the crash. Or the Missouri Attorney General who just sued Starbucks, arguing that consumers pay higher prices for their coffee because the baristas are too female and non-white. The authoritarian playbook is laid bare here. They point to a group of people who don't look like you and tell you to blame them for your problems. I just have one question. What comes next? After we've discriminated against, deported, or disparaged all the immigrants and the gay and lesbian and transgender people, the developmentally disabled, the women, and the minorities, once we've ostracized our neighbors and betrayed our friends, after that, when the problems we started with are still there staring us in the face, what comes next? All the atrocities of human history lurk in the answer to that question. And if we don't want to repeat history, then for God's sake, in this moment, we better be strong enough to learn from it. My oath is to the Constitution of our state and of our country. We don't have kings in America, and I don't intend to bend the knee to one. I'm not speaking up in service to my ambitions, but in deference to my obligations. If you think I'm overreacting and sounding the alarm too soon, consider this. It took the Nazis 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, 8 hours, and 40 minutes to dismantle a constitutional republic. And all I'm saying is that when the 5-alarm fire starts to burn, every good person better be ready to man a post with a bucket of water if you want to stop it from raging out of control. Those Illinois Nazis did end up holding their march in 1978, just not in Skokie. After all the blowback from the case, they decided to march in Chicago instead. Only 20 of them showed up, but 2,000 people came to counter-protest. The Chicago Tribune reported that day that the rally sputtered to an unspectacular end after 10 minutes. It was Illinoisans who smothered those embers before they could burn into a flame. Tyranny requires your fear and your silence and your compliance. Democracy requires your courage. So gather your justice and humanity, Illinois, and do not let the tragic spirit of despair overcome us when our country needs us the most. Thank you.
That was the governor of Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker. And every word that he shared from beginning to end, like the old people used to say, put that in your
pipe
and smoke it. DJ Code Red.
Stems. Yes, I can hear them saying, boys, stop living in the past. Where can I find that energy, the raw magic that comes down from the grassroots? Yes, I'm from a place where soca, the resounding power. You could feel anytime, any hour, sunshine or shower. You will feel it anywhere you look, and it read like a storybook. I come from when drum used to carry it. We used to carry it when the drum used to carry it. We used to carry it when the drum used to carry it. We used to carry it when the drum used to carry it. We used to carry it when I Rima had it, Maturita had it, Santa Rosa had it, Donyaruka had it, in Mofa had it, in Sawa had it, Soparia had it, local over. Downtown Fed was the vibes when West people leave from Lincoln, John and B-Town to head to the playground. And who they link inside, Arima and
I'm telling you, all work and no play. Me say no way. We don't want no part of that. I need a stress reliever. 2 drinks in the hand and a girl in the middle. Like the gun we need to find the middle. For the sake of peace of mind. So the middle of the road is where you'll find me and my friend and them. Because we work so hard all week. We deserve a party. We deserve it.
That's Marsha and who?
Yeah, it is.
That's Marsha and who? Because I know he wasn't hitting them high notes.
I don't know who the background singer is. I don't.
Judy's little flowers and back shots. Yeah, Amaretto sours and snapshots. Yeah, take you on a cruise, stamp your passport. Yeah, girl, I am the key to your padlock. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Code red.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Judy's little flowers and back shots. Only pa gyal run me down, but I'm happy with my baby. I'm happy with my boo. Although we go through our ups and downs, I'm happy with my baby. I'm happy with my boo. I really love you.
So I want to thank our guest from last week, Miss Megan A. Sylvester. Can't forget that A. She is Dr. Megan A. Sylvester, and she's a music sociologist, and she was our guest last week. It was a really interesting conversation. And for the first time last week, we also had our attorney, Sonia Peterkin, and she'll be here every third Saturday of the month. Let me turn it back over to DJ Code Red as we get ready for Dr. Nathan Kanyinda.
She and she man done them policeman were young gal. Stay away from serviceman gal. Stay away from serviceman gal. Them kind of man is problem. Every day you're washing, every day you're cooking, every day you're cleaning. I get catch in the act. Parents. You was a walk, but you was not. Parents. The key on your neck. What is that? Parents. That is a bruiser. It's the amplified strap. Parents.
Some girl carry pen, where them ask for any position. You a pen, you a master. Girl try keep up with the trend. A disaster. You come first, all them girl come after. Your mask, girl bend. When you see you step up on the scene, girl bend. Always looking good and smelling clean, girl bend. Always on top, never between, girl bend. Right now, let me show them what I mean.
Flip it.
Bend your head and bend your back and put your hand them on your knees. Bend your head and bend your back and put your hand them on your knees. Bend your head and bend your back and put your hand them on your knees. Girl, I want you take that bumper 360 degrees. And circle, 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 circle. Rotate that way. Circle, 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 circle. Mash up the place. Circle, 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 circle. Give them the white. Circle, 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 circle.
So let me say hi to my cousin, Miss Judy, Anna Nathaniel, love you, sweetheart. Miss Wendy Prosper, thanks for checking us out. Stephen A. Charles, again, thank you. He said he saw the person who is in charge of the deportation is a white supremacist, where they had a video recording in which he mentioned his actual white supremacist and his intention to deport all blacks and browns. He said he tried to repost it, but it took it down. You just gotta be aware, you know. Hey, turn to your community. Turn to your community. It's important. I think back in the day with our elders, back in the day, how many decades ago, that's what they did. They turned to the community. They had things like the Green Book. I mean, we have certain websites on the internet where you can go to just be among businesses or purchase from businesses that look like you. You know, turn to your community. You know, because hey, nobody else is going to help us right now. Okay, that's a scary thing, Code. That's a scary thing. Yeah. Anyhow, let me turn it back over to DJ Code Red.
So addicted, she addicted, so addicted. Living in a caravan, so addicted, she addicted, so addicted. To spice my sandwich, she say, oh Lord, the rum is just fun. place, girl, we not from here. We have them girl whining around and round, we not from here. We not leaving until we chose our make the party ball, cause we not from here. We tell you, jump up on that girl, cause we not from here. I tell you, shake the party ball, cause we not from here. I tell you, mash it up and mash it up and mash it up and let's say, mash over the land, brain gone, beating a pan, and go still ringing a iron, trying running drinks on a woman. Try them with a bacon, draw them with a gun. Watch them must be playing when this drop.
So wait now. I had to beg for young brother. Every Saturday I come here, I have to beg for young brother.
Yes.
Why the hate, man?
Yes.
Give me some young brother, man.
Yes. You have to beg
Jeez.
every Saturday.
You notice I don't have some Mikel Teja because young brother take over.
Vaughn. You used to be Vaughn and then
It used
then
to be
Mika,
Vaughn.
then
Yeah. Give me young brother. Yeah.
This is Voice and Skinny Fabulous.
Oh, them people. So I hope you all are getting your tickets for Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz with designer, comedian Brody, Mr. John Arnold, Mr. Olade Banks, and I will be holding down the Caribbean Jazz with a live band, and it's on April 5th at the American Legion, Lee Road. So tickets are only $30 until you hit the door. If you haven't purchased your tickets by that time, the tickets will have, or entry will have gone up. I just wanted to mention that, I wanted to give a little bit of information about Dr. Kanyinda. Dr. Nathan Kanyinda, he was on the show maybe 2 years ago, right? About 2 years ago, I think, give or take. Is a board-certified ophthalmologist and fellowship-trained oculoplastic surgeon. He specializes in cosmetic and reconstructive eyelid surgery, brow surgery, benign and malignant eyelid lesions, MOHS reconstruction after Bell's palsy, orbital surgery, and tear duct surgery. He is one of the leaders in laser. I'm going to jack this word up, so bear with me. Let me break down the syllables. Blepharoplasty surgery. I'm not going to repeat that, okay? He also offers non-surgical cosmetic options, including Botox, fillers, laser resurfacing, chemical peels, and skin rejuvenation products. He graduated among the top of his class at the University of New Mexico School of Medicine, receiving academic honors as well as a nomination to the prestigious Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society. His internship was at the University of Hawaii, and his residency was at Howard University Hospital and VA Medical Centers in Washington, D.C. and Orlando, Florida. He received his fellowship from the University of New Mexico Hospital, Albuquerque, New Mexico. He is proficient in Spanish and fluent in French. When he's not in the office, Dr. Kanyinda enjoys mentoring medical and pre-medical students via social media, podcasts, that's us, and speaking engagements. So that's the young man that we're going to have on in about maybe 15 minutes or so. Yes, he was on the show before, probably a year and a half ago, when he was an ophthalmologist. He has since now gone up, and he's in I'm going to check it up.
Go ahead.
I'm going to check it up.
I want to see this.
Okay, oculoplastic. Oculoplastic surgery. So, in the meantime, I'm turning back over to DJ Code Red while we wait for Dr. Kanyinda to come on.
You know what?
What?
Let me just.
You're going to play for young brother?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, I just played so that I would stop asking.
I know, but that's not how it works.
How does it work?
Because why do I have to play just for your whim?
It's not whim. Everybody like young brother.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
I'm not saying everybody don't like him.
She said,
Does?
She said, let me take her to you. I said, take her to me. She said, just relax and let me get it in. No. She said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, she said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, and then she bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back is the greatest bed over. Push back, roll your waist and bend over. Push back, oh Miss Lady, bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back, give me the greatest bed over. Push back, you are the wickedest bed over. Push back, why?
I wanna wine on your bumper. I know you like steam. I know you like vibes. I know you like speed. Clockwork, y'all bend down, touch your knee. Is a new wallpaper for my iPhone screen.
She said, let me cater to you. I said, cater to me. She said, just relax and let me give it to you.
Made me smile.
Yes, girl, I wanna give it to you. She said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, she said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, and then she bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back is the greatest bed over. Push back, roll your waist and bend over. Push back, oh Miss Lady, bubble and she bubble and she bubble and wine. Push back, give me the greatest bed over. Push back, you are the wickedest bed over. Push back, oh.
Who are the rubber waist? Like a rubber band. You have your own things. You never rubber man.
And when you put on your costume back and all, every man want jam in your section. She said, let me cater to you. I said, cater to me. She said, just relax and let me give it to you. Yes, girl, I wanna give it to you. She said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, she said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself.
You got to know what you're doing in order to lead me. You should the rough wine, no lover. I want you to make she turn up, make she turn up. Now come brace yourself for the wet up. Make she turn up, make she turn up. Now come brace yourself for the wet up. Before you jump up to my back, you better take some tonic. Cause once you press my button, that is wine automatic. I don't have no control. What my bumper do, she do. It's not the alcohol, no. That's just how she is, she rude. Don't let me call she to give you the jam and you dance. This is a hot girl carnival, we are the wickedest bumper. And that's why you got to please me. You got to know what you're doing in order to lead me. You should the rough wine, I want you to my kind of girl, love soca, love bacchanal.
All right.
Jump on a plane, touch any
How many plane crashes have happened?
My kind of girl, my.
What's that?
You know that he kind of fired people
was
from
that one?
FAA. So they're saying that death toll rises as planes collide at U.S. airports. They have fired 1,000 people from the FAA. I'm just saying. So that makes the skies a whole lot more unsafe. You ever seen one of them? You ever seen one of those screenshots or radars where they show you planes up in the sky over airports?
Mm-hmm. Orbiters.
Do you see how many planes be up there, man?
Yeah, on any given day.
On any given day. So ask yourself this question. If there's no police officer at the stoplight, or not enough police officers at the stoplight, or the stoplight isn't working effectively, what happens? Things to make you go, that's what happens. Think about it, okay? All right. Anyhow, I'm sorry, but I just needed to mess with you a little bit on that. Y'all think about that. Let me turn you back over to DJ Code Red. I have some more information, but let me let you, jam with Code Red in the meantime.
If you leave him home, then we chat. Girl, it's just a carnival meeting, you not cheating. So girl, jiggle it up, I jiggle up, bubble it up, I bubble up, and you jump, girl. Take it, and play a mask, girl. Take it, I take a sip from your glass, girl. Jiggle it up, I jiggle up, bubble it up, I bubble up, I do jump, girl. Take it, and play a mask, girl. Take it, I take a sip, and if you get in trouble. Your man vex, got your bubble. Give me a bubble. Just know it was worth every pound.
Kevin Carter.
Let's go. You're doing something to me. I love how it jiggle and roll.
Do you guys know who's responsible for advancing voice over internet protocol technologies, converting voice data into digital signals that can be easily transmitted over the internet rather than using traditional phone lines? Do you all know who invented that? Do you know who invented that?
Voice over IP. Yes, I do know.
Who?
Well, I don't know the name, but I do know.
Her name is Miss Marian Crook, black woman. Marian Crook. Oh yeah, born May 14, 1955. That's the person that invented. So that whole ability to use Zoom and all of that was the result of her technology. Okay, she's invented, let me see, how many patents? Over 200, no, more than that, patents. During her career, Croak and her team created a text-to-donate system for charitable organizations that first saw widespread use after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005. This woman, and I believe she's still alive. Yeah. With more than 200 patents to her name, Croak also works on racial justice efforts at Google and continues her goal of encouraging women and young girls in engineering. Let me turn it back over to DJ Code Red.
The time you went away, baby, I love never felt this type of way. Hey, yeah. When you give me that wine, it's about the way you got know your fire, baby. When you talk about divine, only you got the thing I desire, baby. But look how you love it, come back again. Make me feel some type of way. Sending a message straight to me brain. Sing like the Bamba there. And anytime you come around, I'll be the one. Banga, 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 banga. Baby girl, I love how you thunder, 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 thunder. Hey, me and you alone, I go banga, 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 banga. So come, wine, give me thunder, 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 thunder. Hey, yo, say give me all your love tonight. Yeah, give me. Girl, you got that thing that's so divine.
$5 That's funny. So y'all, maybe you don't know this, but tonight is the benefit for Lieutenant Stitchy, and I have the order of appearances here. We got Shantai, he's going on first. Adriana Clark, Lady Tia.
Oh, Adriana's performing?
Yes. Yeah, Mystic. I'm performing. Marcia Bell or Ball. Tigress is going to be there. Joan Myers. Third World. Code Red Band. How come you didn't tell me you had a band, man? What's going on there?
No, you know what? And that's the mistake, I think, of confusion. But anyways.
Yeah, you didn't tell me. I was like, Code Red have a band? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
let's see.
I found out that last minute.
Blender, Lady G, Ernie Smith, Ed Robinson, Mr. Vegas, and I found out today that Shaggy and...
You shouldn't... No, don't say... No, don't...
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
All right. Okay.
Just because you find out, that don't mean it's public. No.
Why not?
Is it a surprise?
So they say.
Oh, God.
But that should give you more inspiration to show up tonight.
But you are the worst.
No,
you know,
I'm not.
you don't do surprise party at all. You know, Lima cannot keep a secret, you know.
I sure can.
Lima cannot keep
I can keep a secret. Don't
Lima
listen to him.
cannot keep a
I can keep a secret. Don't listen to him.
Lima mouth can't hold water,
listen to him.
Lima mouth
So,
cannot
Miss
hold water.
Noreen, thanks for checking out the show, man.
Lima mouth cannot
Noreen
hold
Barbara
water.
Prince Myers, thanks for checking us out. You know I'm ignoring you, right?
I know you are.
Okay, good. As long as you know I'm ignoring you, that's fantastic.
Lima mouth can't hold water, ladies and gentlemen.
So can I get some Vaughan?
No.
Stedison John?
No. What, you want to listen to it? That might be not different.
Hey!
Partly but you juke in your phone like you texting your boyfriend whole night. Isn't it with you he's supposed to be? He over there fetting whole night. You over here stressing your life when there's only one you have to live.
Don't really want to intervene, but did you come here with your team? She said no, no, no.
Tell me to go so I could leave if I would intervene.
She said no, no, no. That looked like trouble in the morning.
When the niggas start to up top,
on top,
when
on
the
top.
music start to pump up,
Bum, 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 bum.
ready to round and
Whoa.
trouble in the morning. When I'm nowhere close to sober, when the party I was over, and everybody ready to jump and wait.
Ready to jump and
Together we drinking, together we whining, one night we pumping, fret until the morning. Tell me how you're feeling. You know why? All away in the carnival, all away in the festival, all away in the bacchanal, all away. Whatever you get,
you see this song?
on your bumper, we go push you over, we push you back.
Can't change that. Hey!
On it come
Come in!
Hey! What if you wait all day? You wait all day to mash up the place, to mash up the place. What if you wait all day to mash up the place? Spread your hands and let go. Spread your hand in the air, everybody. Spread your hands and let go. Hand in the air. Whoa, hey! Gonna we do it, and we do it, and we do it again. Gonna we move it, and we move it, and we move it again. Gonna we jump and spread out the hand and wave like the mountain, yeah. Try and chest away. Gonna we do it again. Gonna we move it again. Gonna we wave, mash up, jump and mash up the place and lift the head to pay the bills on time. We hustling on the grind. We working at 9 to 5, trying to stay alive. From Monday and Tuesday, this week time to break away. What if you wait all day to mash up the place? Spread your hands and let go. Spread your hand in the air, everybody. Spread your hands and let go. Hand in the air. Boom. When we touch down, the whole place shell up. When we touch down, the whole place shell up. When we touch down, the whole place shell up. When we touch down, the whole place shell up.
Code red.
It's the music. Rhythm up. Set up the face and give me one. Hold on for me and give me jump. Keep on your shoes and climb on top. Cause she know how I like it. Set up the face and give me one. Hold on for me and give me jump. Keep on your shoes and climb on top. Cause she know how I like it. Go down when I'm going. Come up and I'm coming. In the center I just walk in. Cause I know how she like it. Go down when I'm going. Come up and I'm coming. In the center I just walk in. Cause I know how she like it. Y'all bounce on it, stick on it, roll on it, catch on it, tip on your toe and drop right down on it. Y'all bounce on it, stick on it, roll on it, catch on it, tip on your toe and drop right down.
Every day is sweat, I come out to better, fetting more than you. It's sweat, I come out to sweater, wetter, sweating more than you. I come to wine and jam and I sure to catch it more than you. Cause when I'm fetting, of course, I just do it like a boss. I'm fetting morning and evening. This is my home and not leaving. I can't get over this feeling,
Qui chose a fait, nous pas qu'à comprendre, ça qu'arrive comme c'est pas ni problème. Pour tous ensemble, la vie, la reine, qui j'en ai fait pour péter qu'elle souffle là, c'est ça le médicament nous. Ça le médicament nous. No more sleep till carnival run. Yeah, I jumping up in the burning sun. Yeah, and I don't care if the rain come down. Yeah, that just stop me from having fun. Cause I am a party animal, party animal, party animal. No sleep at all. Party animal, party animal, party animal. No sleep. Take a wine. take a wine. Wind up. Take a wine, take a wine. Wind up. Take a wine, take a wine. Wind up. Take a wine, take a wine. Wind up. Take a jump, take a jump. Jump up. Take a jump, take a jump. Jump up. Take a jump, take a jump. Jump up. Take a jump, take a jump.
Talking about no series, the Benz and the Mercedes. Everybody jump like a mat, jump like a mat. If you please, and show me your car keys. Come show me your car keys. Everybody, let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine. Take your carburetor and your distributor and your alternator. Yo, say what they matter. Your starting not working, your muffler are smoking, the car in a driving. Yo, hey, say something.
I don't know why I'm sharing this. It popped up because I actually get news from sources that you can trust. And again, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but hey, a Hispanic group has launched and launches ID cards to help undocumented immigrants. I don't know what those ID cards are going to help with because I mean it doesn't say anything about legal status of being in the United States. Yes. I don't know. You know, but this is a classic.
And be careful that, you don't know who you're giving the information to.
Right. So, I mean, this is an example of y'all didn't know what y'all were doing when y'all voted, you know. There's a hatred for black people, even by Hispanic blacks. You know, or I should say, a lot of Hispanics are white or light-skinned. And there's this hatred for black people that... Hey, man, y'all need to really check all yourself, yes? Because blacks, African Americans, blacks are responsible for a lot of the things that you do enjoy, you know? So when you hate people that look like me, you kind of like, that's a lot of self-hate right there, you know? Means, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't have to share that, but I just felt that it was important. What was that all about?
Nothing. I found that song I ain't listened to in a while.
What?
I found that song I haven't played in a while.
Okay, we're gonna play it now?
After this one.
Okay, so I didn't realize, this
Dad.
one is on me,
Dad.
that Dr. Kanyinda, well, I knew he was in Arizona, but I didn't know, never occurred to me, don't ask me why,
Time difference.
that there's a time difference. So he'll be coming in to the waiting room in a couple of minutes, but it's, he, I didn't realize it, and he didn't realize it either, but that's okay, and that's why he hasn't,
That's me. You know what it is?
what?
Normally we would say people don't read because I am the ones who send out all the invites, all the Zoom invites to all our guests. So what I have to do better is communicate that we are on Eastern Standard Time, and it does.
Well-
but I have to emphasize.
Yeah, but that's here's the thing why I like the fact that you wanna step up a little bit, but let's be real, when you send out that link, there's so much words in that link. Who's gonna actually see that part? You know? So I need to step up and
No, what do you mean, who's gonna see it? So all you're looking for is just the link for the clip.
Yeah.
You ain't looking. Nobody
No.
look at details.
Who looks at that? We're so used to Zoom by now, everybody just goes straight for the link.
So nobody
Please.
looks at. I'm looking
Do
at
you?
an alternative to Zoom, but I don't know how it will work properly. I'm testing it out.
Why? What's wrong with Zoom?
Zoom has this kind of a lag. I can't control the video on Zoom. You know, I
Okay.
can't brighten up people's face. I can't, I'll have more.
I mean,
But anyway.
there's another option, but it's a hell of a lot more expensive.
There's another one I'm looking at, Procaster. Yeah,
Okay.
this is for professional broadcasting stuff.
It's really expensive, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Couple $1,000.
Oh boy.
Put me on a payment plan. But again, with the Zoom link, seriously, Code, who looks at all those words?
All right, so
There's words and numbers.
So in other words, when I send out the Zoom link, I need to just say what time and the link.
No, I need to ask from up front.
No,
Are
but
you
even
in a
if you ask
different
from up
time
front
zone?
and I send it, okay, so it does look a little wordy.
I'm
So what
telling
it does,
you.
what it says, the people's chat room is inviting you, and that's because we have been off of Zoom for more than 40 minutes.
So again, I don't think it's on you. I think it's on me. I have to ask them, are you in another time zone? Now, Jamaica is in another time zone. Sometimes we tend to forget that, but they are in another time zone.
Yeah.
Right now, the rest of the Caribbean, such as Trinidad and Tobago and all of that, they're 1 hour ahead. All right, which is when we fall back or fall forward, go forward.
Go forward.
Anyway, so in a month or so, we'll be on the same time frame as Trinidad.
Spring forward, fall back. No, but hold on. So let me just say, and the reason why I have it so wordy that the people's chat room is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. It has the topic, the meeting, the time. It says Eastern Standard Time, U.S. and Canada.
So it's there.
And the join link. And the reason why I do that because a lot of people I don't have on my contacts as people, some Dr. Nate. I think I maybe sent him something last year.
No,
to Dr. Nate.
it wasn't last year. It was
Or
year
whatever.
before that.
Or year before. So obviously there's no communication. So for me just to send a link and your time, if he doesn't have my contact saved, he's gonna be like, who the hell is this?
I mean, again, I appreciate you stepping up, but I think I need to have that conversation.
So what would you do? What would you do?
Well, when I schedule guests, unless I know for a fact you're in another time zone, I'm gonna ask, are you in another time zone?
So you're gonna put them 2 hours earlier?
No, I'll let them know that okay, well, you are 2 hours ahead, so for you it's 11 o'clock. For us it will be
1.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Understood. To make them aware that
yeah,
we are.
And here he is. He's in the waiting room.
Okay.
So let's.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. All right. So
That makes sense.
you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Progress.
Hey, Dr. Nate. Wait, just 1 second. Okay.
Yes,
there
sir.
you go.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Awesome. So I was just sharing with Code that going forward, I need to ask, what time zone are you in? Because he's like, maybe he should say something, but no, I think I need to find out from up front. Like, for instance, Jamaica is 1 hour ahead. A lot of people don't know that. All right?
Okay.
And the rest of the Caribbean right now is where we will be in a month when we go forward. So unless I know for a fact that you're in another time zone, I just assume it's all Eastern Standard Time, but That's an assumption I need to quit, you know. So welcome back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Nathan Kanyinda. And I read your bio earlier on from the Arizona, God, Lord, I know I have it still here.
Eye specialist.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then I do have, you know, your areas, not your areas of study, but the different universities that you, as you progress through your academic. So he got his bachelor's from the University of New Mexico, a degree in biology general. Then he went on to the University of New Mexico School of Medicine, Doctor of Medicine, MD, 2012 to 2016. And then he's a Bison. No, Bison was the last one. University of Hawaii, John A. Burns School of Medicine internship. That was 2016 to 2017. And then he became a Bison. University of Howard College of Medicine Ophthalmology Residency Program 2017 to 2020. And I know that right now you work part-time. You're an attending physician at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center part-time, October 2020 to present, and don't tell me, I've been struggling with this word, Oculoplastic Surgery Fellowship, University of New Mexico. And there's a whole lot more, but this question wasn't on there, but I'll ask it now up front, because I see here that you're part-time at the VA. With all the changes that will be happening in the coming months, how will that affect practices of whether it's psychology, or in your case, ophthalmology or oculoplastic surgery with the VA? How is it going to affect it? Because the slashing and burning.
Yeah. So, currently, when I left the East Coast, I actually I moved here out out west to Arizona and Phoenix, and so now I'm in private practice, and I also work for an on-call trauma service, for which I am on call today and working as well. So the VA, I worked in the VA back, especially when I was doing my fellowship part of my training. I went to the VA and I asked, because I wanted to keep certain skills. I wanted to keep my cataract skills. So I asked if it was possible for me to do a day or so, or a little bit of time at the VA, so I can just keep that particular skill, because as an oculoplastic surgeon, I mostly now do facial surgery and around the eyes and around the face. And so I know that the VA is always in general, so I'm very familiar with the VA. I trained within the VA in med school. I trained within the VA in residency, in fellowship, as I mentioned, and I was in the VA in Hawaii too. So I've seen VAs all over the country, from DC to Orlando to Hawaii to New Mexico, and I can honestly say that there's generally, unfortunately, a shortage of not only providers to begin with, just in the healthcare landscape, but there's also there's still a huge demand and need for healthcare. Right, and there are a lot of populations that have difficulty with access to care. So although I don't know all the things that they're doing, and I try not to be political in my stances, I do know that anything that takes away from access to care, whether that means that not having enough providers, or whether it means that you don't have enough avenues or systems to reach the providers, I think that that's going to put a burden on the current system and the current health system that we already are struggling to keep afloat.
I like that response, because it's the truth. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. What led you into the field of oculoplastic surgery? Because the last time you were on this show, which was roughly almost 2 years ago, you were an ophthalmologist surgeon, right? And what led you to transition from, well, I shouldn't say transition from one to the next?
Yeah, so an oculoplastic surgeon is still an ophthalmologist. And so when I was, so after I was done at Howard, I did go and I did a fellowship after my training to focus on oculoplastic surgery. And so once I did my fellowship, Then I went out to practice. And when I was practicing, the work I did for the practice that I worked with at the time, and then the practice I work with now, is I just mostly do oculoplastic surgery. So it's a subspecialty of ophthalmology. So within ophthalmology, there are several different subspecialties. So there's glaucoma, there's retina, there's oculoplastic surgery. You can do cornea, pediatrics. So there's several different types of specialties that you can do after you're done with ophthalmology. And so oculoplastic surgery, it's like a branch of facial plastic surgery. And you can also get into facial plastic surgery by doing head and neck or ENT. You can get into it by doing general plastic. So there's a few avenues to how some people get around to doing oculoplastic surgery in general.
Okay. So
I went into it because when I was in my last year, and I just made a YouTube video about this that I haven't posted yet or published, but I was between two specialties when I was in fourth year of medical school. So I was between interventional radiology and ophthalmology. But ophthalmology, knowing that I wanted to do oculoplastic, so I was between the two.
Okay.
And so in the first part, for interventional radiology, I loved it because you're able to not just sit there and read scans, but you're using the imaging in real time as you're doing a procedure to know where you're going. So you're doing all these cool, complicated procedures using imaging. And I thought it was just a fascinating, futuristic field. Now, it's interesting. I get to do some of that now with, ophthalmology is a visual field, but I also get to read a lot of scans. I do things like endoscopy, where I use cameras to see where I'm going with surgery. Sometimes I use CT navigation, where I use an imaging in real time to navigate.
Hold up. So wait 1 second. When you use cameras, that means those little tiny scopes. Where do you insert that to see the eye? Through the nose?
Well, it depends on the surgery that you're doing. So sometimes I'll use cameras when I'm doing let's say a brow lift, and I need to see, I'm dissecting in the upper face, and I need to see the nerves or see what's going on. Sometimes I use cameras when I'm doing a tear duct surgery, where I need to make somebody has a blocked passageway for their tears. That the tears drain from the eyes and then into the nose. But some people have a passageway that's blocked, and they just have all day, every day, tears coming down the face. Yeah. And so sometimes when I do that surgery, I can use a camera through the nose to look and make sure that I can my stent's in a good position. I also use cameras sometimes if I need to get into deep spaces and it's hard to see. I can use a camera to go in and look to see what the anatomy looks like in that situation. So that's one way that I end up using cameras or endoscopy, and they're small. They're different sizes. Depending on what part of the body we're looking at, you can have a smaller camera or the angle of the camera could change. But we have the big screen there, and that big screen tells us, helps us kind of get a good look at what we're doing at the same time.
I'm familiar with that because whenever I have to go to the ENT, I'm familiar with those little cameras. Yeah, and it's very uncomfortable. What percentage of your patients are cosmetic concerns when compared to patients who have disorders relating to necessary surgeries? So what percentages are cosmetic, whereas those that really, really need those surgeries?
Yeah, so there's actually quite a bit of patients where they qualify medically for surgery. A lot of patients. And so I work for, one of the jobs I have is working for a private practice, and essentially they feed me a lot of patients that have medical necessity for surgery. So whether that's upper eyelid surgery, whether that's brow surgery, sometimes the brows can get so droopy and low they block the vision. Whether that's, as we talked about, tear duct issues where they have a blockage and they need a special type of surgery to open up that pathway. Maybe they have an orbital issue or issue around the eye that's complicated or growth, and they may need something. So there's a lot of cases that I still do that are medical in nature, but I do a lot of cosmetic. And so I would say that right now, I would say maybe it's not only that people get cosmetic surgery, but they also incorporate it. Even if they're getting a medical, I may add a cosmetic component.
Okay.
So that can lead to where I end up doing at least somewhere around 40% cosmetic, 35 to 40% cosmetic during the time. If I look at some of the upgrades that I do, someone may come in and say, hey, I want to have my eyelids are blocking my vision, but I also am worried about the under eye bags. They're puffy. So I would like to have that done at the same time. So that's an example of an additional thing or an upgrade that we can add in that case.
Okay, and are those surgeries like when you have to address or go in with, because I've seen some of those photos where people have some really, really puffy under eye bags. Is that considered a regular or a normal surgery? Or I think what I'm trying to ask is, what is the element of danger to the patient for a surgery like that?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think that in general, eyelid surgery is a safe type of surgery. So it's you go in that same day, you leave that same day. It's outpatient surgery, meaning we don't have to do it in a hospital, and it's pretty safe. I think in the hands of someone like myself, I know what complications look like, and I can manage those complications because sometimes there are surgeons out there that can do the cosmetic surgery. But if something were to happen or something didn't go the way or the direction we expected them to go, you need to have a surgeon that is able to quickly help you and correct that. And so what I find is a lot of people will go somewhere, they'll get cosmetic eyelid surgery or done. For example, I had a patient that went to Mexico and they got surgery there. And then another patient that, and nothing wrong with surgeons in Mexico, but the problem is it's hard to know. If you don't live there, you don't know which surgeons are reputable and which surgeons are not, right? And so they go there, something bad happens, the lid gets pulled down, or rare things that don't typically happen in the hands of surgeons like myself, right? And even then, even good surgeons will have complications, right? But the key is keeping your complications very, very low. But if you go get surgery by that surgeon in Mexico or wherever you go, and then now you're coming to me because you can't get a hold of that surgeon anymore. Because a lot of times what happens is people will get a surgery from someone, or someone will I've even heard stories of someone getting surgery in their house by somebody that goes to different houses and they'll get the surgery there. Then they'll reach out for issues and then they'll disappear. They'll be ghosted.
Oh, well, but
so ghosted by whoever it was that operated.
But I think that's the chance that people make choices, and that's the chance that they chose to take, and then it's hard to live with the results, especially when you have to pay an additional thousands of dollars to correct the mistake that was made in the first place when you didn't do your homework to go to someone like you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly, and so I think that it's important. I always have a conversation with my patients. I say, hey, this is still surgery. It's cosmetic, but it's still surgery. Just like when you get on an airplane and they say, hey, as we know, airplanes are a sensitive subject these days. But as we get on the airplane and we know that, hey, wear your seatbelt. Right now we know we've got to have our seatbelt on. Even if we're landing and the plane can turn upside down, we got to have our seatbelts on, right? And so you have to give these in the event of this kind of conversation, especially when it comes to people's bodies. And so you have to, so I see myself kind of like a pilot in a sense, because I won't fly a plane that I don't feel comfortable flying. So I'm not going to do surgery on a person that I don't feel comfortable operating on. I'm also not going to land a plane if I don't think the conditions are clear, right? So I'm also making sure that I'm doing what I need to do and do due diligence. And so I think that it's very important to have those conversations with patients and wear your seatbelt on the plane.
A car and also on a plane. So why is it that African Americans have a higher risk of developing certain eye diseases, including glaucoma, cataracts, and diabetic retinopathy? These diseases can lead to vision loss or blindness if left untreated. But let's come into our zone for now. Why is it that we are so susceptible to all these diseases? Is it the food we eat? What?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think that a lot of people have looked at this, and some of the really good studies have been done in the Caribbean, actually. I went to Howard, where we've had prominent glaucoma surgeons like Dr. Leslie Jones and some other glaucoma surgeons. Some of the best glaucoma surgeons in the country have actually come from Howard, where I trained. And I would say that when it comes to glaucoma, the number one issue that I think is pretty salient with healthcare and even patients with glaucoma and African American patients is I think it's the fact that there's an access to care issue, right? So that's an important thing. So access to care can come in one of two ways, right? So either you just don't have the ability to get the care that you need, right? It could be because you're in an area where it's difficult to get to the doctor, or you are unable to get to the doctor, or you don't have the knowledge that you may need to get, right? So there's a lot of factors, and access to care a lot of times is based off of a lot of things, right? Insurance coverage. It's based off of socioeconomic things. And so when you look at a lot of Black communities, especially poorer Black communities, not necessarily the most affluent Black communities, although still, there's still higher risk in Black folks in terms of glaucoma. When you look at that, a lot of things come down to access to care. Now, there are certain types of glaucoma. There's primary open glaucoma. There's secondary glaucomas. There are different glaucomas. And when we're talking about glaucoma, as we're discussing now, we're talking about primary open angle glaucoma. And there have been studies that have looked at different types of surgeries and different types of shunts, different types of lasers, different types of things that may work. And there are studies that look at how to treat certain types of glaucoma and even how to treat certain glaucoma in populations.
Okay, so that's like a segue into my next question. What are the potentials for a cure for glaucoma based on technological advancements today? Are we any closer?
So glaucoma is not a disease that can be cured. It's a disease that can be slowed down. And so one of the things that I tell patients when they're in a scenario where they have glaucoma is I always say, right now is the time to start treating your glaucoma, because it's a progressive disease. Over time, it progresses and starts to damage the nerve, of the optic nerve. Mm-hmm. And we follow this with, we check the eye pressure, we check what's called visual fields, which looks at sort of your field of vision, because when your nerve starts to get damaged, that starts to affect your field of vision. And then we take some other photos like OCT, just to look at the health of the nerve as well. Mm-hmm. But glaucoma is a very serious disease, and unfortunately, it's one of those diseases where you don't realize until it's too late, because by the time you have symptoms from your glaucoma, mm-hmm. you've already had progression at that point.
So go ahead, I'm sorry. Whereas
with other conditions, you have a cataract that grew. Well, you could just take out the cataract. You're already starting to notice the signs early on. You're noticing the glare, or the when you're driving at night and you see a headlight and the glare is way more dramatic than it used to be. You're noticing that when you're reading, the reading, even with your normal glasses, isn't the same. You're noticing that your distance vision isn't the same. And you can start to see changes even early on with the cataract. Mm-hmm. But with glaucoma, you don't see the changes when it's early on. Right? You see it when the disease has already progressed to a certain level. And so if somebody already has lower access to care, we know that Black communities have a struggle to get good access to care. And it kind of goes back to the initial thing you mentioned earlier about what happens if we change some of the things in our health care system that reduce access to providers, right? Because number one, we don't have that many providers. Number two, we don't have, not everyone has the same insurance situation, mm-hmm. right? Which can scare people from coming to the doctor. Mm-hmm. Also, a lot of times when people don't have consistent care, they're not going to think, oh, let me just go get checked for glaucoma, Let me just go. Most people, let's face it, when they want an eye exam, they're just thinking, hey, I want glasses or contacts. That's what they're thinking in their minds. They're not thinking, oh, I could have glaucoma, or I could have macular degeneration, or I can have people aren't thinking of those things. And so when people show up and they have these changes, and then we do tests and we can detect the glaucoma early, it really is a blessing for them, because we're able to save them from this or slow down this progression of this disease.
Okay, let me ask this question. Well, I'm going to ask this question. Are puffy eyelids, because I know you as an oculoplastic surgeon, and this is something that you work on, but are puffy eyelids a natural progression for patients with glaucoma, or is that something totally different?
Yeah, so puffy eyelids are different. So
okay, all right.
puffy eyelids. So when I talk about lower eyelid, under eye bags, I'm thinking about around our eyes we have fat that normally sits around our eyes, and sometimes with time and age we get laxity, and that fat can come forward, and that's why we get that bulge and those under eye bags that can come, right? So I can remove those during surgery. Now, when it comes to puffy eyelids in general, right? I have patients that tell me I wake up in the morning and I have really puffy eyelids in the morning. What can I do? And for that kind of puffiness, I usually say that sometimes that's related to, number one, your salt intake. So a lot of people don't realize how much salt that they take in. So they're drinking things that have high sodium. They're eating foods with high sodium. We love our seasoning, right? But we have to be careful. High sodium. So we have to remember that sodium in and of itself, when it's in high amounts, not only causes fluid to build up in the body, but it affects blood pressure.
Yeah.
It affects a lot of these things. And so puffy eyes can be related to that. Also allergies.
Okay, that's true.
People don't like to treat their allergies. They just try to push through it. They sneeze and tear their way through allergies. And I tell people, don't struggle through allergies if you're having symptoms. Take medications, because sometimes you can develop issues by not treating your allergies.
Okay.
Allergies can cause puffy eyes as well.
Okay.
And then in general, if you may have a medical condition like thyroid disease, right? That can cause thyroid eye disease, or an inflammatory condition that can cause puffiness around the eyes, right? That people are saying, well, I keep getting the swelling around the eyes, and it could be because of an underlying condition. Okay. So there are a lot of different reasons why puffiness can develop around the eyes.
I have one more question, but I'm looking at the time factor. But before I ask a question, let me quickly ask. I have not asked, but say I appreciate you coming on the show. This is your second time with us, and I'm hoping there will be a third and a fourth, because we don't often get professionals like yourself that come on the show. We have one coming on at the end of March, but he's a diabetologist. But it's nice when people see professionals like you, young man, that look like us. So I really appreciate that, and I'm speaking for the radio audience as well as those that are listening on the stream. One more question, and then we'll go. Okay? I think people take their gift of sight for granted. What is the best practice? What is the best practice for taking care of your sight as a person gets older, like me?
Yeah. So I think that one of the number one recommendations I make to people is wear sunglasses when you're outside. This is because UV exposure can progress cataract, a type of cataract that is common amongst African Americans and Black folks in diaspora. Or in the diaspora is cortical cataracts. So that's a type of cataract that can be affected by UV light exposure. And it's important also to wear sunglasses. I don't know if you ever looked at people's eyes and you've seen the growth that grows kind of between the nose, and that's called the pterygium. That can progress with UV light exposure too, so you want to wear sunglasses. And I've seen growths or lesions develop around the eyes that have turned out to be cancerous. Now, less likely in folks of melanin skin, but still, I've seen it. So wearing sunglasses protects from damage from UV light exposure. The second thing I would say is make sure that you get an annual eye exam. I actually posted about this today on my social media about people coming to me for cosmetic eyelid surgery but never having an exam. And at the end of the day, if you go get an exam, there's so many things that we can see, so many things that can happen with your eyes, that if you're not getting an eye exam, you may have something that's going on that could have been saved today, but you've waited too long. And so I tell patients, don't wait, get that routine exam, because you don't know how many times in a routine exam we find things. The next thing I would say is that look at your family history. Look at what your parents, your brothers, your sisters, look at their history and what did they go through, because sometimes family history can tell you where you're going to go as well. And then finally, I would say that it's also important to make sure that you do daily or lid hygiene, meaning that you're doing warm compresses. That a lot of people have glands on the eyelid that are plugged. So doing warm, like hot compress here and there. I'd say every day, but I know that's not realistic for most people. But just even a couple times a week, a few times a week, where you do a warm compress over the eyes. If your eyes are dry, that you're using lubricating eye drops, but that you're taking care of your eyes. That if you're having reactions to makeup or lashes or things like that, these things, even wearing makeup over time, not makeup, but wearing artificial lashes over time, these things can pull your lashes out, can damage your natural lashes. The glue, the constantly putting stuff over the over the lashes, and this is the thing, I see, I'm not going to say it's just my African American sisters, I'm going to put this on everybody, but that I've seen that the lashes can sometimes have caused problems, and I've seen it in my own clinic. So I would say take care of your eyes, don't neglect it. Just like you should take care of your teeth, you should take care of your body. We only get one. God's only given us one, and so I think it's important to take care of everything.
So we gotta go, but you have such good advice. And are you still at Osborne Medical Center?
Yeah. So right now I'm actually in Phoenix. I operate Arizona Eye Specialist, the Osborne location. I go to the Scottsdale location, and then I also have a couple other locations I do surgery, but those are my two main locations right now.
Okay, and I'm also looking for the phone number, but you've got some pretty good reviews here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
All right, so I don't have the number for Osborne, but I'll put it up there. And can we invite you to come back probably towards the end of the year? Early next year?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's coordinate. I enjoy being on the show, and thank you for having me.
And since you've been on the show before, since then we've started rebroadcasting. So tomorrow this show will be in repeat mode on Cultural Vibrations Radio and also islandbeatradio.net. You have a blessed day, Dr. Nate, and thank you so much for being a part of the People's Chat Room.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Dr. Nathan Kanyinda. It's so nice when we see young professionals. I mean, let me speak for myself, or can I speak for you too with that look like us?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I know we gotta go, but I will never forget. I think last year I had to go to the ER, and when this young queen walked in all her natural splendor, because she had the afro and all that, I was like, yes, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Let's continue to support each other. This is the People's Chat Room. As I said to Dr. Nate, this show is on repeat, Island Beat Radio tomorrow and Cultural Vibrations Radio. Right now we are live on iTunesRadio.com, and the show is going to be on our YouTube, so you could listen back. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tonight.
Transport. Whether you are planning a corporate event, day charter, tours, airport transfers, taxi service, cargo and courier service, or any other occasion, T&T Transportation is here to elevate your travel experience. Give Cheryl a call at 407-844-0431. Visit Cheryl's tttransport.com. Book now.
Soca Takeover! The Cooler Fed Experience is back. Carnival Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Featuring a full band performance by Kes the Band. Bless the Band, celebrating 20 years in music.
Feel it in my soul every time we on the road. It's a miracle.
Soca Takeover! Carnival Saturday night, March 1st, 2025 at Queen's Park Oval from 9 p.m. until 3 a.m.
Cause your love is a miracle.
Early Bird VIP and general tickets out now on Island E-Tickets and Eventbrite.com. For more info, visit SocaTakeoverGlobal.com or call 344-2547 or 388-9587. Carnival Saturday night. See you at Soca Takeover.
Use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling.
Caribbean Sunshine Bakery proudly presents the benefit concert for reggae legend Lieutenant Stitchie. Reggae legend Lieutenant Stitchie, party with a purpose. Support a worthy cause, featuring international recording band Third World. Mr. Vegas. Marion Hall, formerly known as Lady Song.
Sorry to hurt your feelings, but I did.
Lady G. Ed Robinson. Ernie Smith. And more. Saturday, February 22nd at the Majestic Event Center, Orlando. Tickets are $40 in advance. Available at all Caribbean Sunshine Bakery locations. Also purchase tickets online at Eventbrite.com.
For tickets and info, call 407-687-312 or 407-839-5060. Sponsored by Chris Rocktone, CRR Network, CAACF, Alpha Point Community Builders, and Caribbean Sunshine Bakery.
The People's Chat Room presents Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz, Saturday, April 5th at the American Legion, 1912A, Lee Road, 32810, with the smooth vocals of Keith Designer Styla, a.k.a. Keith Prescott, performing some of his classics, Rati Ray, Feeling Nice, I'm Only Dreaming, and more. Also, comedian Brody. Enjoy some Caribbean jazz with Lima Dunbar and her band, with guest performances by Oladay Banks and Mr. John Arnold. Tickets $30 available on thepeopleschatroom.com. More at the door. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. Fashion show by Slade Statements. There'll be a cash bar and food on sale. For tickets and info, 321-263-9939 or 347-564-4184. Comedy Calypso Caribbean Jazz.